Historic moment for Indian democracy where the Rajya Sabha cleared women's quota bill with 0 votes against the bill. Now, Prime Minister Narendra Modi, while speaking in the upper house, hailed the passage of the bill and said that it was a golden moment in India's parliamentary journey. PM also thanked all the Rajya Sabha MPs who voted for the bill. Now, meanwhile, BJP Mahila Morcha is organizing a grand welcome for Prime Minister Modi for successfully passing the Women's Reservation Bill in both the houses of the parliament. All BJP women union ministers, Delhi MPs and senior union ministers will be present at the event and the party office today. Now, thousands of women from across Delhi NCR are also expected to participate in this event.
करीब 132 माननीय सदस्यों ने दोनों सदन में मिलाकर के बहुत ही सार्थक चर्चा की है और भविष्य में भी इस चर्चा का एक एक शब्द आने वाली हमारी यात्रा में हम सबको काम आने वाला है और इसलिए हर बात का अपना एक महत्व है, मूल्य है। मैं सभी माननीय सांसदों ने अपनी बात के प्रारंभ में तो पहले ही कहा है कि हम इसका समर्थन करते हैं और इसके लिए मैं सबका हृदय से अभिनंदन करता हूं, हृदय से आभार व्यक्त करता हूं। ये जो स्पिरिट पैदा हुआ है, ये स्पिरिट देश के जन जन में एक नया आत्मविश्वास पैदा करेगा और हम सभी माननीय सांसदों ने और सभी राजनीतिक दलों ने एक बहुत बड़ी अहम भूमिका निभाई है। नारी शक्ति को एक विशेष सम्मान सिर्फ विधेयक पारित होने से मिल रहा है ऐसा नहीं है। इस विधेयक के प्रति देश के सभी राजनीतिक दलों की सकारात्मक सोच होना, ये हमारे देश की नारी शक्ति को एक नई ऊर्जा देने वाली है। ये नए विश्वास के साथ राष्ट्र निर्माण में योगदान देने में नेतृत्व के साथ आगे आएगी। ये अपने आप में भी हमारे उज्जवल भविष्य की गारंटी बनने वाली है। आदरणीय सभापति जी, मैं इस सदन का समय ज्यादा लेता नहीं हूं। मैं सिर्फ जो भावना आपने व्यक्त की है उसके लिए आभार व्यक्त करता हूं और जब मतदान होगा तो मेरा आप सबसे आग्रह है कि ये उच्च सदन है, चर्चा भी उत्तम करने का प्रयास हुआ है। अब मतदान भी सर्वसम्मति से करके हम देश को एक नया विश्वास दें। इसी अपेक्षा के साथ मैं फिर एक बार सबका हृदय से बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद करता हूं।
आप जब से संसदीय कार्य मंत्री बने तब से बिल पे बिल पास किया, आर्टिकल 370 और 6A और महिला सशक्तिकरण वाला बिल।
तो ये माननीय प्रधानमंत्री मोदी जी का दूरदर्शिता का जो उनका स्वभाव है, गुण है और संकल्प है, ये दर्शाता है। और मैं सौभाग्यशाली मानता हूं माननीय प्रधानमंत्री जी के आशीर्वाद से ये जब बड़े बड़े बिल पारित हो रहा है तब हम भी संसद में है और ये ऐतिहासिक जो काम हो रहा है, ये ऐतिहासिक काम में हम शामिल हो रहा है। ये तो बहुत बड़े गर्व की बात है।
As a woman, as a parliamentarian, the Women's Reservation Bill, what does this mean to you, Poonam, as you look at for the generations to come?
Because I feel so elated and happy and grateful to Honorable Prime Minister that what he said he's done it. Most importantly, it's not for our generation, in coming generation, where all the young girls want to be part of this country's development, take it forward. They will be leading this country, and I'm very happy that they got this opportunity, and with this opportunity, we'll surely push for gender equality very soon.
अर्जुना मेघवाल जी, बहुत बड़ा दिन है सरकार के लिए, महिलाओं के लिए, क्या कहना चाहेंगे आप?
महिला सशक्तिकरण में ये बहुत ही बड़ा हम दिन समझेंगे संसदीय इतिहास में, भारतीय संसदीय इतिहास में, कि महिलाओं का रिप्रेजेंटेटिव बढ़ाने के लिए, रिप्रेजेंटेशन बढ़ाने के लिए ये जो कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन अमेंडमेंट बिल पास हुआ है, नारी शक्ति बंधन, इससे लोकसभा राज्यों की विधानसभाओं में 33% महिलाओं के लिए सीट रिजर्व हो जाएगी। ये बहुत बड़ा कदम आने वाले समय में।
While CNN News 18's managing editor Zaka Jacob spoke to the Union Minister Smriti Irani on the Women's Reservation Bill. Let's listen in.
As a woman politician, as a woman representative of the people, what does a day like today mean for you? And of course, the fact that you shepherded the bill through the Lok Sabha and now through the Rajya Sabha, and the Modi government has got it done, something that the UP and the Congress were not able to do. It must be particularly satisfying, but just in the overall historical context, what does a day like today mean for you and other women representatives of people?
This is a great day for us. We are jubilant for plenty of reasons. Firstly, there were some people who were of the opinion that we've been waiting for this decision for 27 years. I want to historically contextualize it. When we attained freedom from colonial rule, that is when many a woman, and this is a historical fact, walked up to those who are writing our constitution, that there is a need to constitutionally guarantee, and there is a need for affirmative action for women vis-a-vis reservation. At that time, I'm sure these women recognized what was to transpire in the forthcoming years, but their opinion was not heeded to for some reason. Today is a day to pay homage to them. In the year 1971, the then government wanted to create a report on the status of women in the country then, and so that they can prescribe a policy for such women. That committee was constituted. If you look at the 1974 published report of that committee in chapter 7, I'm very grateful that we find a mention of the Bharatiya Janasangh stating emphatically that there is a need to constitutionally guarantee women in our country an opportunity to serve the country as leaders of tomorrow. And when Prime Minister Modi now brings this legislation to this new building, he brings it with a promise that this building will witness history. Who knew that history will be created? The most glorious chapter for women would be written in the first 72 hours. So I think that the fact that this is a legislation which is very well defined constitutionally, is framed so that the process that is to ensue also is brought to light in front of the people of our country. I think that is why today we celebrate not just the possibility, but the affirmation of reservation for women in our country.
But one demand that they had, most of them, was why is there no quota within quota, OBC quota for women of the OBC category, along with SC and ST reserve seats for women in the overall reservation for women. What would be the government's counter to that?
I think that the forked tongue in which the opposition speaks stands exposed. If you look at their proposal during the UP era, that makes absolutely no mention of the OBC community, because even they know there is no constitutional provision as such. There is also no constitutional provision for reservation in the name of religion. That in itself is ultra vires of the constitution. There is a defined space for women in the SC/ST categories and reservation prescribed for them in the bill that Prime Minister Modi has passed in the Lok Sabha, which is waiting passage in the Rajya Sabha. There is also a defined timeline. If you look at the Congress's proposal by Mrs. Sonia Gandhi, in page 2, 2B and 3B, you will find shockingly that what Sonia Gandhi had proposed was that women from the SC/ST and other women per se will not receive reservation for 15 years. In fact, she had curtailed the reservation to only 10 years.